I'm recording this video. I actually have COVID, so forgive me if I sound a little bit sick. Dark Souls 2. You all know it, and you all probably hate it. It's the second game in the Dark Souls franchise to release, and was the only game in the Souls franchise not made by Miyazaki, and it shows. Being the big Souls fan I am, I decided to make this video, which is pretty much just me playing through the game, and then at the end listing some of the positives and the negatives about the game. Just a quick note, this is not my first time playing through the game, which is something I forgot to add in the original script, so yeah. Without further ado, let's get into the gameplay. I went with the warrior as my starting class, and then went up to the cottage with the old ladies, and headed through the tutorial area up to Majula. No matter what anyone says, Majula is the best hub area out of every Souls game, I don't even care. Then I headed over to Heidi's Tower of Flame, and killed the Dragon Rider twice so I could get the iframes up, and my strength and dex up for the weapon I wanted to use for the whole playthrough, which is the Craftsman's Hammer, which is an absolute fucking tank of a weapon. After that, I headed over to the Forest of the Fallen Giants, which actually isn't too bad of an area. I think it's overhated. I decided that the broken straight sword wasn't it, so I went and grabbed a battle axe from the blacksmith, then ran over and beat the shit out of the giant man. I was then onto the Pursuer, which is one of those bosses that I never struggled with, so I managed to do him first try with ease. Then I headed over to the Lost Bastille and pushed down the barrel to explode the wall, which is where the Craftsman's Hammer is located. There's also a twinkling titanite shard in the chest with the hammer, so it allows me to get it to +1. I decided it was time to go kill the Ruined Sentinel trio, and before children in the comments start saying, "Oh, you use summons," yes, of course I did. It's Dark Souls 2, you're allowed to use summons. After making quick work of the trio, I went and grabbed the Bastille key so I could light up the arena for the Lost Sinner. When the area has lighting, it makes the boss fight pretty easy, so I managed to do them in the first couple of attempts. With the Lost Sinner defeated, I'm rewarded with my first Great Soul. The next primal bonfire I wanted to get was the one after the run, so I went and got the cat ring from the merchant and dropped down the hole and headed into the gutter. I used the fragrant branch of yore to get the secret bonfire next to the run. Then I went and beat him up and grabbed my second primal bonfire. I'm gonna be honest, I completely forgot about Freya, so I went straight over to Earthen Peak and tried to kill the snake lady. And I can't lie, this shit took me a very, very long time. But after a while, my brother told me I could light a windmill on fire to drain all the poison, and after that, I did it first try. But you guys don't understand how long this snake lady took. So after that, I kind of just walked up to Iron Keep, and then I remembered that I had to go kill Freya. On the way through, I killed Najka and whatever this fucking stupid boss is. Previously, I used to really struggle on the run back to Freya, but my brother came in clutch again and told me that they're scared of torches. So after lighting my torch, I managed to do Freya first try. With Freya down, I get my second primal bonfire. Now I'm ready to head back to Iron Keep, so I stumble around the fortress until I got to the Smelter Demon, and as long as you know how to dodge, he's a complete fucking cakewalk. Next up was the Old Iron King, which is also a bullshit easy boss. All you gotta do is bait out his attack where he slams his hand down, and then it should be free from there on in. After Old Iron King, we get the fourth primal bonfire, so now we can go through the Shrine of Winter and up to the Gothic Tower. After navigating my way through the castle, I found the Dragon Rider duo, which was fucking easy. Now we get access to the Mirror Knight, which I would say is probably the best boss in the game, but it's still easy. The lift after the Looking Glass Knight takes us down to the Shrine of Almana, which is quite possibly the worst area in the game. And don't you worry, at the end of the video when I give my negative and positive reviews, that will definitely be at the fucking end. After longer than I'd like to admit, we finally got to the weird frog dude, which took me a couple tries. When I first started, I didn't quite get the moveset, but after you catch on, it's fucking easy.
We're not allowed to have fucking cameras and blows. Oh, yes.
Now that I'm out of the shrine, I can head down to the Undead Crypt, where I can fight my second favorite boss, Vestalt, which gives us the King's Ring. I then went to the first King's Gate and headed through the Hippo building over to the Guardian Dragon, which as always was easy to kill. I then headed up through the Dragon Shrine and got the Ashen Mist Heart, which allows us to interact with the memory of the giants. Then I headed back over to the giant and interacted with it to enter the memory. The Giant Lord has a really cool concept with the whole memory thing, but it was poorly executed. And after the giant is the Throne Watcher and Defender, which are both really, really cool bosses. I'd probably rate them the same as the Looking Glass Knight, but once again, they're too easy. Now, after blood, sweat, and tears, we were on to the final. Yeah, this final boss is shithouse. And with that, the run was over. Now I'd like to take this time to go over the positives and the negatives and my overall thoughts on this game. Starting with the positives. I don't know why, but whenever I play this game, it just gives me a certain feeling. Like the atmosphere just must be, it's just so warming. And I don't know, even though every single boss fucking sucks in this game, I don't know why, but it kind of just keeps you addicted. It just feels so good. And all the bosses actually look really cool. but they are really shit. Oh yeah, the exploration's also pretty good in this game. Like, I'm pretty sure all the areas are actually really fun to explore. But yeah, moving on to the negatives. I don't even know where to start. Let's just start with areas. Shrine of Amana is the biggest fucking bullshit place I think I've ever set my fucking eyes on. The amount of enemies in that area is fucking ridiculous, and they're all so fucking strong. I can't stand it. Every time I'm on a playthrough, I legit just want to skip straight over it. Next up, Iron Keep. Tell me why the soldiers are so fucking fast and there's lava everywhere. All the walkways are so thin, you can't even get away with like moving around or dodging the enemy's attacks. Otherwise you die. And there's 70 fucking million of them. Also, let's talk about the amount of fucking enemies just in general, bro. Like, they always are all swarmed together. No man's wharf, bro. Don't even get me started on that shithole. Luckily, I didn't even go there in this fucking playthrough, because it's a fucking shit area. Now, moving on to the bosses. 90% of the bosses in this game fucking suck. Compared to every other game, they all fucking suck. There's the fucking seaman dude. Yo, who is that guy? Who is this man? Who is this, like, little fucking bug dude, bro? And you're telling me all these other shitty ass bosses are in the game. Like, what the fuck is this boss right here? Rat King? Are you fucking serious? Why do I gotta fight 7 million fucking rats? And then we got the next one, which is on your way to fucking Freya, where it's just a room of fucking enemies and you have to kill them all. And then they did it again with the room of fucking skeletons that you had to go through and kill all of them. Like, what are we doing right now, bro? Like, what are we doing? And tell me how the coolest boss in this game still took me 1 attempt. Are you serious? I'm so upset with how this game was executed, considering how, like, awesome the atmosphere is. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's still a really fun game, and I think it's better than Dark Souls 3. I just wanted to say a big thank you to everyone who left support on my previous video, the Elden Ring video, and if you haven't watched that, go watch that now. But yeah, I just want to say a big thanks to everyone who left positive comments and liked and subscribed through that video. And yeah, peace.
This nigga got a middle bump with a low taper.
This nigga's the drink. This nigga's liquidity. He can't be a solid.